What?
Miss Chickadee Laverne. That stripper you engaged for one of your business dinners?
I am not a stripper. I am an exotic interpretive dancer. And I've got a great new act for your bankers convention, Mr. Drysdale. That is Elmer and me.
Elmer? Isn't that Ellie Mae Clampetts' raccoon?
Yeah. Gee, it's a cute act. See, I'm Little Red Riding Hood, and I'm walking through the forest with a basket of food for my granny, and I get lost, and this raccoon finds me. He's sitting on a rock. When I pass by, he reaches out with these cute little hands, and he unties the bow that holds up my skirt. Then...
Miss Laverne, we are not interested in the sordid details of your ecclesiastical performance.
What'd you say?
Don't ask me.
And shame on you for contributing to the delinquency of a raccoon. I shall harbor him safely in my office until such time as I can return him safely to Ellie Mae. Come, Elmer.
What's with her? Without Elmer, I got no act.
Yeah. Get yourself another raccoon, but not for the bankers' convention. I don't think the act is suitable.
Oh, so you're backing out on me, too. Just like the Clampetts did.
The Clampetts?
Yeah. I was promised an engagement up in their mansion. Then they changed their mind.
Jed Clampett would never hire you. His idea of entertainment is square dancing.
Well, I've danced for plenty of squares. And speaking of squares, it was that big kid Jethro that asked me.
Miss Chickadee, I love you. Will you marry me?
Jethro, your granny tells me you got thrown out of school today.
Yes, sir, Uncle Jed. I got thrown out for writing on my writing desk.
What's wrong with that?
I think it was because I done the writing with my pocket knife.
Well, you've been doing a lot of foolish things lately. What's come over you?
I think the boy is ailing, Jed. Looky here. His school lunch ain't even been touched.
Jethro don't eat. He's ailing.
Everything in there that he likes. Grits, jowls, ham hocks, and poke.
How come you didn't eat them, boy?
Uncle Jed, can I tell you the truth?
Well, I hope you always will.
I ain't hungry for grits or jowls or hawks or pone neither. All I want is Chickadee.
Well, why didn't you say so? Granny, fry this boy up a nice big pan of chickadee.
There's everything in here that he likes. Now, what's this?
That's my writing desk I wrote on.
Chickadee, ain't that big strapping girl you brung home the day that you went courting?
Yes, sir, Uncle Jed. Found her in Miss Hathaway's office.
Yeah, she's a mighty handsome woman.
Said it afore and I'll say it again. She's too old for Jethro.
I'm deep in love with her, Granny.
Hogwash.
How come you never spoke up about this before?
Well, I knew Granny was a ginner. I was afraid you might be, too. So I thought I'd run off and marry her and live happy ever after.
Jethro, it takes two people to make a happy ever after marriage. What makes you think that Miss Chickadee is in love with you?
Well, she loves me enough to get engaged. Well, you all heard how happy she was about that.
Come to think of it, I recollect her saying something about an engagement, Granny.
Double hogwash. If she shows up here, I'll woodshed the both of them.
But I'm telling you the truth. That big kid Jethro was sitting right here. And when I came out of your office, he jumped up, grabbed me, put me on his truck, and drove me out to his Uncle Jed's mansion, where I was promised an engagement.
Jethro is a headstrong, impetuous lad given to irresponsible behavior at times, but I assure you, Mr. Clampett would never engage the likes of you.
Listen, honey, you don't know those oil millionaires like I do. They give some pretty crazy parties.
Thanks, Mr. Clampett. Now take your tawdry bauble and go.
Gee, where am I going to find another raccoon that knows how to unfasten a dress?
Hello? Oh, Jethro, it's you. Jane Hathaway here.
Oh, Miss Hathaway, I'm sure glad you called. I've been trying to get up nerve to call you all week. You see, I'm deep in love, and I want to get married right away and live happy ever after.
Jethro, you are an impetuous lad. this is so sudden.
Well, no, it ain't. Well, I've been in love ever since that day in your office when we looked at each other and heard music playing. Heart music.
Now, calm down, dear boy. I'm coming up right away to bring Ellie's raccoon, and we shall pursue this further.
Oh, thank you, Miss Jane. I figured if anybody could find Miss Chickadee, it's you.
Well, thank you, Jethro. I'll find who? Chickadee Laverne. Jethro, I'm flabbergasted.
Well, thank you. Will you find her and bring her up here so I can marry her and live happy ever after?
I'll do what I think is best. I'll do my best for you, Jethro.
Uncle Jed! Uncle Jed!
Well, Chief, the fat's in the fire now. You and your exotic dances. Corrupting that sweet, innocent boy.
What are you babbling about?
Jethro is in love with Chickadee Laverne.
Oh, baloney. At his age, I was in love with every showgirl I saw. It's puppy love.
Jethro thinks it's the real thing. He says they looked at one another and he heard music play.
Music? Oh, I know how that happened. When Chickadee left my office the other day, she had this little concealed transistor radio. So obviously, when she ran into Jethro in your office, he heard the music and
thought it was love. How horrible.
Oh, forget it. Jed Clampett can handle a case of puppy love.
Miss Hathaway, there's a raccoon in your office.
Oh, no, Janet, don't panic. You've seen a raccoon before.
Not like this one. It keeps trying to undress me.
Couldn't catch him, huh, Ellie?
No, sir, Paul. Jethro's running top speed, and he just keeps yelling for you.
Well, we let him circle the house again. Head him off out here.
Jed, look what Jethro done. I was sitting in my rocker and he run me down. Didn't even stop.
Well, you gotta remember, Granny, that boy's in love.
We's gonna stop him this time around.
Well, when you catch him, I'm gonna smoke his britches for him.
Uncle Jed!
Sound like he's rounding a far turn.
Uncle Jed!
Want me to trip him and set on him, Paul?
No, I'll head him off, Ellie.
Uncle Jed! Uncle Jed!
Come in slowing down now, Jethro. I'm right here. Now what is it, boy?
Miss Hathaway's gonna find Miss Chickadee and fetch her over. Yeah! I'm gonna see my sweetie!
Jethro, put that truck down.
Don't throttle it!
Jethro, you's acting like a bee-stung bobcat.
He's in love, Ellie. Jethro, you go have yourself a nice long swim in the cement pond, and we'll let you know when Miss Chickadee gets here.
While young and I'm so dad-burned mad, I could bite nails.
Granny, I reckon you forgot how it feels to be in love.
Why do you suppose I'm so dad-burned mad?
You know, Duke, just between you and me, I can't blame Jethro for his feelings toward Miss Chickadee. I was about to fall for her myself. No, it's the truth. I didn't aim to. It just happened. I looked at her, she looked at me, and dogged if I didn't hear music playing. Uh-oh, yonder she comes.
Howdy, Mr. Clampett. It's me, Chickadee.
Howdy there.
What's the matter? Is there something wrong?
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. I reckon you want to see Jethro. Right this way.
Wait, Mr. Clampett. It's you I want to see.
Now, ma'am, you don't want to see old broken-down mountain goat like me, all crippled up and wore out, good for nothing?
What are you talking about?
Me, ma'am, I'm older than the hills.
Who cares? Now turn around. I want to talk to you.
What about?
About the engagement you promised me.
No, that wasn't me, ma'am. That was Jethro. Word of honor.
So it was Jethro. Do I get it or don't I?
Yeah, we're folks that keep our word, ma'am. If you was promised, I'll see that it's kept.
Good. I'll go get my clothes in the car.
You already brung your clothes, ma'am?
Yeah, it's the outfit I work in. Red Riding Hood. Where do you see it?
You know, Miss Chickadee, I'm hoping you ain't gonna rush things, because I think a long engagement is gonna be best for everybody.
Oh, that'll suit me fine. The longer, the better.
Because I don't hardly think you're ready.
What do you mean I'm not ready?
Well, remember how you told me about coming from a big egg?
Oh, yeah. But I've learned something new since then.
Yeah, that's a step in the right direction.
Now, a raccoon finds me in the woods.
Miss Jane, I sure do appreciate you bringing Elmer back.
My pleasure, Ellie. Could you tell me where I might find your handsome cousin?
Who?
Jethro.
Oh, Jethro, he's out swimming in Cement Pond.
Thank you. Something tells me we're finally going to make music together.
Oh, howdy, Miss Jane. Hey, did you bring Miss Chickadee?
No, forget about her, Jethro. Look deep into my eyes.
And now, stay tuned for the news.
Jethro is engaged to Miss Chickadee.
No,
He gave his word, and she's holding him to it.
she's too old to marry Jethro. She's too old to marry anybody. Why, she's done past 20.
In years, maybe, but in some ways, she's just a little child. Besides, women gets married older out here.
What you mean?
I hear tell of a movie star that got herself a man when she was 27.
Go.
And then just to prove it wasn't no fluke, she up and married 5 more.
Jethro, just once more, gaze deeply into my eyes.
Have you brushed your teeth today?
Miss Jane, are you going to help me find Miss Chickadee or ain't you?
I am not.
Well, I'm going to go out and find her for myself.
Jethro, listen to me. We can make music together. Please, just give me one more chance.
And another thing about her, Granny, she ain't lazy. Why, she's up there right now putting on her working clothes.
We'll see. We'll see.
Miss Chickadee's a-coming!
You say them's her working clothes?
Yeah, I reckon that's a dust cap on her head. What you got in the basket, Miss Chickadee?
Why, it's a basket of food for Granny.
Did you hear that, Granny?
Yeah, I hear it. I'll wait till I taste it before I get too excited.
Now, stand over there. You can see me work better.
Oh, well, if you're going to show off how you work, I'd best go fetch Jethro. He'll be right interested.
All right, now stand right over here so we can get a good view of everything. That's fine. Now, you just watch. Hey, Elmer, that wasn't your cue.
Shame on you, Elmer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You mean she's here?
Yes, ma'am. I think she's fixing to dust the hall first.
Get ready for a wedding, everybody. Jethro and Miss Chickadee's gonna get married right away.
Who says so?
The code of the hill says so. He done seen her in her underclothes.
sorry about what he done.
Oh, that's all right, kid. Anybody can miss a cue. How'd you like my act?
Well, I thought you acted real nice, considering. I'd have been a heap more flustered than you was.
That's experience, honey. Let me see my basket.
No, ma'am, but me and Elma will help you look.
I don't want to lose it. That prop food costs plenty of money.
What's prop food?
Oh, it's made out of plaster and cement, stuff like that.
Yeah, I reckon that'll keep Jethro out of our way for a spell.
What'd you do with him?
Throwed him in the cement pond. I told him swimming 5 miles was part of getting proper engaged. That boy'll swallow anything.
Well, he'll have a time swallowing Miss Chickadee's cooking. You know that basket of food that she brung me that she was so all-fired proud of?
Yeah?
Pitiful. Pitiful.
She bakes a nice-looking loaf of bread.
Yeah? Let's see you slice it.
Don't seem to be strictly fresh.
Why don't you come right out and say it? It's as hard as a rock.
Tastes mighty like cement.
I don't think she used any baking powder. Or yeast, neither. I ain't even sure she used flour.
Well, it's a fine-looking slab of ham. Ain't got much of a hickory-cured smell to it.
Ain't got no smell at all.
You know, Granny, I think this woman's trouble is she overcooks everything.
I sure do feel sorry for Jethro.
Yeah. The boy sets a great store by his victuals.
Well, I'll just have to pitch in and learn Miss Chickadee about cooking.
That ain't all you're gonna have to learn her.
What you mean?
Well, remember how she thought she'd come from an egg?
Yeah?
She got herself a new notion now. She thinks she was found in the woods by a raccoon. Yonder she comes. She took off her work clothes.
Sure. Now that she's got Jethro hooked, we ain't gonna get no work out of her.
Well, come in, Miss Chickadee. I hope you're feeling right to home.
Oh, I love it here.
Well, I see you changed out of your working clothes.
Oh, I thought everyone had seen enough.
I reckon Jethro has seen too much.
Miss Chickadee, I hope you still favor a long engagement like we was talking about.
Oh, like I said, Uncle Sugar, the longer the better.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Now, I'm going to leave you two alone here to have a little woman talk.
Woman talk? What we talk about?
Everything, honey, right from scratch. And we'll commence with victuals.
What are victuals?
Oh. Well, we gotta start somewhere. Do you know how to fix a possum supper?
I don't even know what a possum eats for supper.
I said take the skillet and put some lard in it.
What is this cooking bit? I came here to dance.
I declare I never seen a woman reach your age and know so little about life. Now, you take this skillet afore I whomp you with it.
All right. Well, I tell you this right now. If I'm gonna cook, I'm gonna get paid extra for it.
Get out of here, you scheming saxpot.
How dashed you order me out of my own kitchen?
What's learn about in here?
Oh, Mr. Clampett, a thousand apologies for ever allowing this woman to come in contact with your wonderful family. Come on.
How did I let you have this skillet?
Give it to him. He can probably cook better than you can.
Now get this straight. I'm here to dance, not to cook.
Well, if Jethro's got a choice, I know he'll take cooking over dancing. That boy's overpowering fond of victuals.
Who cares about Jethro?
Well, I hope you do, seeing as how you're going to marry him.
I wouldn't marry Jethro if he had your money.
Well, I wouldn't marry you neither, Miss Chickadee.
Well, that suits me fine. Give me my basket. Get me out of this nut house. Boy, what they don't want for their money. You gotta clean the house. You gotta cook. You gotta marry the kid. Wowie, wow, wow, wow.
Jethro, I thought you said you were deep in love with Miss Chickadee.
You said you wanted to marry her and live happy ever after.
And Granny, I could never live happy ever after with her.
Why not?
Uncle Jed, it was all I could do to choke down one basket of her victuals. I had to eat 'em.
Poisoning our pond. Get to your feet.
I'm not poisoning anything.
You're not, huh? Get around. Get around there. Now, if you're not poisoning the pond, let's see you tip up that jug and take a swig.
Well, I can't do that. It's concentrated chlorine. It kills the algae and fungus.
It kills fish, too. We've tried 2 or 3 times to stop this pond.
But this water's only for swimming.
What do you think fish do? Walk? Now you take your jug of poison and get out of here.
Lady, I'm only following orders of Mr. Drysdale.
Aha! So Mr. Drysdale put you up to this, did he?
Yes, ma'am. And now, if you don't mind, I'm running a little late.
You're running fast, that's how you're running.
Sound like Granny must have agreed something. All right, Jethro. Read me that letter from Mr. Drysdale's bank.
I don't think you're going to want to hear it, Uncle Jed. It's terrible news.
Like what?
Like you ain't got no more money.
I don't want no more money. I got more than I can use right now. 35, 40 million, ain't it?
Not according to this letter. You ain't got nothing. You're broke.
Broke? Jed Clampett?
Yes, ma'am. That's a fact. He's what they call overdrawed.
What does that mean?
Well, that means that you owe Mr. Drysdale's bank $34.70.
Ah, that's why he wanted to get shed of us. Putting poison in our pond. Next thing you know, he'll be burning down our barn.
Who?
Mr. Drysdale, that's who. Oh, he was nice as pie to you when you had millions in his bank. But now that it's all gone, he has no use for you.
How could all that money be gone? Jethro, are you for sure positive certain that letter's for me?
Oh, yes, sir, Uncle Jed. There it is, wrote in black and white. Mr. J.D. Clampett.
Why don't you go out and get yourself an honest job?
Opal, an actor must keep himself available in case the studio calls.
You've been available now for over 10 years and they ain't called you.
Must you tell it to all the neighbors?
Who's telling them? They already know you're a bum.
I am an actor.
You are a bum.
Opal, you are going to regret that when my big break comes, and it's due. Charles Boyer has switched to character parts.
So?
So, who do you think is going to take his place as the suave, continental leading man?
Not you, Jake.
That Jacques.
That jerk.
Oh. Maybe the good news is right here in this mailbox.
Now, you listen to me. You open that box and you're going to pick up every single bill that falls out.
Hold your apron, Opal.
Why, I put up with this, I'll never know.
Someday, this will all be fan mail.
Can't even go home to Mother. We're living with her.
Someday, I will open this bank statement, and it will say that I am worth $36,422,000.
And someday, I will turn into Liz Taylor.
It did say that.
Did say what?
I'm worth $36,422,000.
Well, don't just stand there, Liz. Help me look.
I'll tell you where your money went, Jed Clampett. Why you're flat busted broke. You're living too high on the hog.
Hello? Could I speak to Mr. Drysdale, please? Oh, thank you very kindly. Mr. Drysdale done left for the bank. What do you mean, too high on the hog?
That's what I mean, too high on the hog. Back home, you used to holler 2 miles to your neighbor. Out here, you can't even holler next door. You have to use an expensive telephone.
Granny, I don't hardly think I spent $35 million on the telephone.
Milkman, come. Want some?
That's what I mean. Buying milk off of the truck instead of having our cow and squeezing our own. There you go, using your finger instead of your lungs.
Well, now, Granny, the bank's about a 4 to 5 mile holler.
Uncle Jed, I'll drive you down to the bank in the truck.
That's the most sinful waste of all. Buying expensive gasoline for that fancy truck instead of walking a paltry 8 or 10 miles.
Well, I don't mind walking. Just got my shoes fixed.
And you wonder where your money went.
Granny's cheaper than buying him a new pair.
Young'uns don't need shoes out here in Beverly Hills. That's one thing this place has got. Barefoot weather the whole year round.
Morning, Paul. Can I ask you something?
Sure, Ellie.
There you are. There's the whole thing in a nutshell. Take a good look, everybody.
Well, what's the matter, Granny? I was just fixing to give Wendell his breakfast.
That's just it. Back home, we used to live off of possums. Out here, possums are living off of us. Fetch me my big lard barrel, Jethro.
Lard barrel? Granny, you ain't fixing to fry Wendell, are you?
No, child. I'm fixing to pack up our things and all our belongings and go on back home and stop this mad, crazy spending spree before we all end up in the poorhouse. Or maybe get poisoned from the poison pond.
Poison pond? Well, Granny, me and Wendell was just going swimming.
Well, save your swimming for the creek back home.
Ah, simmer down, Granny. I don't believe Mr. Drysdale poisoned our pond no more than I believe we spent all our money.
Here you are, Granny.
Hold it, Jethro. Put that down.
Well, if it ain't spent, where is it?
That's what I'm calling up to find out. Well, good morning to you, Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills. This here is Jed Clampett. Could I speak to Mr. Drysdale, please? Thank you, ma'am. Everything must be fine. It's real friendly.
Mr. Drysdale's office? No, I'm sorry. He's on his way to the airport for an out-of-town trip.
Mr. Drysdale's leaving town?
That's where your money went, leaving town with him.
Hold on. Could I please talk to Miss Hathaway?
Well, I'm afraid she's with Mr. Drysdale.
Is both gone?
It took them both to tote your money. Start packing, young'un.
Hey, you in that truck. You can't stop there. Move on.
Well, but Mr. Policeman, we got business in the bank there.
Move on or I'll give you a ticket.
Oh, no, thank you. We already got a ticket for parking here.
2 of them. $5 ticket and a $10 ticket.
Hey, Douglas, we should have brought him along.
Move on or I'll give you a $20 ticket.
Thank you very kindly, but we couldn't let you do that.
What?
We still got our pride even though we is flat busted broke.
Oh, you're vagrants.
No, sir, we's Clampetts. I'm Jed, this Ellie Mae, and sitting next to her.
Listen, you want me to run you in?
Well, no, sir. You just stand aside. I'll walk in. See, we got business in there.
Oh, you're not only traffic violators and vagrants, you're bum tech artists. Now get that heap out of here before I arrest a lot of you.
You sure ain't being very friendly.
We don't want your kind in Beverly Hills. Now move it.
You wouldn't talk so sassy if I had my gun.
Done.
Drive on, Jethro. I got the feeling that we ain't welcome around here no more.
Jake, there's a cop. Maybe you shouldn't try to cash the check.
Baby, it's the bank's mistake, not mine. Besides, is a man with $36 million going to miss a few thousand?
Yeah, but it still seems dishonest. It isn't your money.
Baby, to get a break in Hollywood, you've got to put up a big front. This is my chance. Next week, when I'm a big star, I'll pay it back. I'll pay it back.
Well, Janet, Mr. Drysdale is winging east. And that leaves you and me to man this nerve center of our mighty bank. A little frightening, isn't it?
Yes, Miss Hathaway.
Now, during the chief's absence, I shall occupy his office and you will remain at my desk.
Miss Hathaway's office. One moment, please. It's the new teller, Mr. Wilson. He said there's a rather shabbily dressed man by the name of J.D. Clampett wanting to withdraw $10,000.
Wilson, Hathaway here. Don't let appearances deceive you. Mr. J.D. Clampett is good for any amount up to $36,422,000. Glad to help.
$36 million.
Needless to say, he is Mr. Drysdale's favorite depositor. Oh, that reminds me. The chief is having some work done at the Clampett estate. New filtering system for the pool, repairs to the driveway. I'll get on the phone and see that these things are taken care of.
How about it, Uncle Jed? We gonna pack up and go back to the hills?
It's up to you to decide, Jed. You're the head of the clan. Whatever you say, go.
What's it gonna be, Paul? Go back home or stay here?
We're gonna stay here.
No, we ain't. We're going back home.
Jed's gonna whop you, Granny.
I'd rather get whomped than poisoned. Or shot down by Mr. Drysdale's hired killers.
What hired killers?
That policeman out front of his bank.
He was going for his gun when we drawed away.
Let's go back and whomp that rascal.
We'll feud the whole bank.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, ain't nobody going nowhere or do nothing till I am dead for certain convinced that Mr. Drysdale has turned against us and he's trying to get himself rid of us.
What does he have to do to convince you, Jed? Who's that?
I don't know, but I smell hot tar.
Me too.
Well, Jed, does tar and feathers convince you?
Now, just calm down, everybody. Hey, mister, what you got in that little tank there?
Hot tar.
Is it for anyone in particular?
Yeah, a fella named Clampett.
This your idea, or did somebody put you up to it?
Man named Drysdale hired me for the job.
Well, Jed, heard enough? Convinced now?
Of course he's convinced. Let's swamp that little rascal and head back for the hills.
Now, hold on now. I can handle that little feller. As far as leaving goes, no matter how sorry Mr. Drysdale goes to treating us, we got to stay a mite longer.
Why?
What for?
As it says here in this letter, we owe the bank $34.70, and we can't leave town owing money.
We ain't got $34.70.
Then we got to go out and earn it. Ain't never been a Clampett known to do a dishonest thing, and we ain't gonna be the first.
Don't you and your mother wait dinner for me, doll. I'll grab a bite at the studio commissary.
What studio?
Well, how can I tell until after I've weighed all the offers? Oh, and start packing, doll. I can't wait to get away from that old, broken-down heap.
Now, that's no way to talk about Mother's house.
Who's talking about her house?
Jake Clampett.
Jacques, dear, Jacques. Oh, and doll, here. Get yourself some decent clothes.
But, Jake!
Don't worry. I'm on my way to the bank for more. Get yourself a mink. After all, your husband's in pictures now. You are the wife of a star.
I'm the wife of a bum!
Little man, can I talk you out of this?
Why don't you stop bugging me? I got a job to do.
Yeah, well, like I keep telling you, I don't think you're man enough to do it, at least when he's not alone.
Well, I do.
Please, won't you give up this notion?
Want to know something? You're going to get hot tar all over you.
I'm sorry you're such a muley, little feller.
Oh! There he goes.
Just be thankful I didn't head first you into the hot tar.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now, let's go figure out how to raise that money. How you coming, Jethro?
Putting everything all together. And we got 80 cents.
We owe $34.70. How much does that leave for us to have to earn?
Well, let's see. 34.70. Naught, take away naught, leaves naught. 7, take away 8, leaves -1. 4, take away naught, carry over -1, and bring down the 3.
Doggy, you sure can cipher. That's one thing we got out of Beverly Hills, a fine education for you.
Where's my gun? Fetch my gun. Get me my gun.
What's the matter now, Granny?
I just caught another varmint out by the cement pond. Says he's gonna shut off our water.
What for?
Drysdale's orders. Says he's putting in a new system. I reckon that means he wants to get rid of us.
Can't believe a man would be mean enough to thirst us out of here.
I say it's feuding time. We've been provoked beyond human endurance.
Well, howdy, Miss Hathaway.
Give me that phone.
I'll take it. Jed Clampett speaking.
But, Mr. Clampett, how can you be at home? You were just downstairs drawing out another $10,000. What? Stay there. I'll call you right back.
Well, Jake, you made it, just like you said you would. There you are in front of the movie cameras.
Action. Cut.
Thank you, Mr. Clampett.
Oh, thank you. Just one...
This will be on the 5 o'clock news.
Thank you so much.
Well, did you hear that, Jake? You're going to be famous, just like you always promised.
So, maybe a producer will see me. Call the studios and tell them to catch the 5 o'clock news.
Of course, mere words can never express our deep humiliation over this unforgivable error. But your bank account has already been reimbursed, and Mr. Jake Clampett is safely in jail.
In jail?
Clampett?
Well, yes.
I don't hardly think we can hold still for that.
But he took your money.
Oh, any kin of mine is welcome to whatever I got.
But you don't know that he is your kin.
We don't know that he ain't neither.
I reckon we'd like him fetched out of there just as quick as can be.
All right, if you insist.
Now, this is what I mean by putting up a front.
Wow, Jake.
That's junk.
I warn you not to try and take advantage of this situation. I am certain there is not the remotest possibility that you could be even distantly related to these wonderful people. And I am rushing back to the bank now to check you out thoroughly.
Well, howdy there. You must be Mr. and Mrs. Clampett.
Cousin Jed.
Pleased to meet you. Say, what side of the family are you from?
This is my wife, Opal. And, darling, this is my long-lost favorite cousin, Jed Clampett.
Howdy, ma'am.
Hello.
This here is my daughter, Ellie.
Cousin Ellie.
This here is Granny.
Cousin Ellie.
Say howdy to Granny.
Howdy, Granny. This young lady belongs in the movies, and I'm going to see that she gets there.
Well, thank you. Can we all go? There's going to be a double feature tonight.
Marvelous. She's so wonderfully naive and unspoiled.
And this here is my nephew, Jethro.
Howdy. I hear tell you're a movie actor.
Quite right, my lad.
Well, let's all go and have some victuals and get better acquainted with our cousins, Opal and Jake.
That's Jacques.
That's Jake.
Wow, Jake, look at this room.
Yeah, well, I reckon you being married to a movie actor, it ain't quite what you used to.
You can say that again.
Well, we got bigger rooms down the hall.
Oh, no. This is fine.
Oh, by the way, don't let this thing fool you the way it done Granny. She thought it was some kind of a fancy bathtub. And duck your head when you walk under this thing. Of course, you can't hurt it none. It's been walked into so much, it's just hanging there in 100 pieces.
Mr. Clampett, that's a crystal chandelier.
Yeah, but you don't want to try to light none of them candles. I reached up, stuck my finger in one of them one night to feel for the wick. Knocked me clean across the room.
Well, it's electrically wired.
Oh, yeah, it's held together real good.
Well, that's one thing Jake doesn't have to worry about, being too tall.
Yeah, I noticed that. He's about the shortest Clampett ever did see.
You can say that again. Short of money, short of talent.
What'd you say, man?
Opal was just agreeing with you that I'm short.
Well, that'll come in real handy with these beds here. If Jethro and me was to sleep in one of them, we'd hang over from the knees down.
Can I come in?
What you got there, Granny?
Victuals for the company. I bet you two's hungry.
You can say that again.
Let's go wash up.
Oh, yeah, excuse us.
I reckon Cousin Jake's woman is kind of hard of hearing. That's the third time she's asked to have something said again.
Maybe she'll get some help from these pickled crow gizzards.
She just might. Ain't nothing here is better than a crow.
Help yourself, kid. I got 56 jars of them.
Oh, yeah, you made these to peddle to help raise money.
Yeah, but now that we don't need the money, we got ourselves a couple of weeks of company eating.
Hey, it's finger-licking good, Granny. Can I have seconds?
Hold on. Here comes Jake and his missus.
Well, now, isn't this nice of you?
I reckon it is. But Jake here being our cousin,
And a movie picture actor.
you deserve the best.
Hope you folks can stay a spell.
Well, we wouldn't want
Well, eat and run? Oh, I think we can manage at least a week.
How do you like my pickled crow gizzards?
What did you say they were?
I said they're pickled crow gizzards.
Granny, you got 56 jars. We can have them 3 meals a day.
For the rest of your breakfast, Mickey. Movie stars come first. Tell Granny more juice for Aunt Opal, and Uncle Jake would like another pot of coffee.
Right. Now, don't forget, tomorrow it's my turn to serve him breakfast in bed.
Well, all right, Jethro, hurry now.
Goodness knows, Jed, I ain't one to complain. But when able-bodied folks have to have their victuals toted up to bed to them, I think it's downright sinful and lazy. Especially when they bear the proud name of Clampett.
Well, I reckon movie picture actors like Cousin Jake is used to living a different kind of life from us, Granny. Besides, the young'uns don't seem to mind fetching and toting for him.
Hey, Granny, that Opal wants some more juice. Oh, and I'll need this pot of coffee from my uncle, the movie star.
Jethro, you... My dingus, Jed. You'd think we were the poor relations instead of them two upstairs?
Now, Granny, I don't hardly think it's fitting for you to be calling a big movie star like Cousin Jake poor relation.
I ain't never seen him in a movie picture. Have you?
Well, Granny, you and me don't go to a whole heap of pictures neither.
Well, I've seen enough to know who stars and who ain't. That's more than he does.
What do you mean?
Well, I got to asking him questions last night. He don't even know Hoot Gibson.
Everybody knows who Gibson.
He don't. He don't know Dustin Farner, Ken Maynard. He don't even know Jack Hoxie.
He was agreeing you. Why, them is the hardest riding, straightest shooting, moving picture stars ain't.
Of course. But do you know who your cousin Jake wants to put in a movie picture?
Who?
Some fella by the name of Marlon Brando.
I kind of admire that in Cousin Jake. Ain't everybody take a chance on a new fella nobody ever heard of. Good for you, Cousin Jake.
How long do you think you're going to get away with this movie star masquerade?
It won't be a masquerade once I make a picture with Marlon Brando. I'll be a star.
You've never made a picture with anybody. What makes you think you can get Brando?
With this mansion and Cousin Jed's money, I can do anything. Hon, it's Hollywood psychology. When you look like you don't need a job, everybody wants you.
In your case, it'll be the police.
Baby, I am not doing anything illegal. I am merely accepting the hospitality of my cousin, Jed Clampett.
You're also spending his money, and you're not even sure that he is your cousin.
Neither is he, which makes it all work out very nicely.
How do you know he's your cousin?
Because he says so. And the word of a Clampett is good enough for me.
His being a Clampett don't make him your cousin.
No, but his saying so does.
How come?
Because he's a Clampett. And the word of a Clampett is good enough for me. Now, Jethro, before I speak to Cousin Jake, you sure it is what you want to do for a living?
Yes, sir, Uncle Jed. I done decided I want to be a movie star.
You give up the notion of being a pig farmer?
Oh, yes, sir, Uncle Jed. I give that up to be a brain surgeon.
What steered you off of being a brain surgeon?
Well, I ain't give that up altogether now. If I don't like movie starring, I'll go back to brain surgeoning.
Good thinking, boy. Never put all your eggs in one basket. Excuse me, Cousin Jake. I hate to bother you. I know you're powerful busy being a movie star, learning your parts and all, but if you could spare me a minute, I'd like to ask you a favor.
Quite all right, Cousin Ted. What can I do for you?
Well, I know you're figuring on making a picture with this feller, Brando.
Marlon Brando, yes.
Yeah, that's a feller. Well, now, Jethro here has got a right powerful hankering to be a movie star. And I figured, since you're using an actor nobody ever heard of, couldn't you just as well use Jethro?
Use Jethro instead of Marlon Brando?
I'll make it up to you any way I can. Of course, I ain't got much to offer except money. But you're welcome to that.
How much money?
Much as you need. 5, 10 million?
You know, there's a lot of Brando in that boy. It's fantastic. He is Brando. Jethro, let me hear you yell, "Hey, Stella!"
I don't know nobody named Stella.
Pretend you do.
Howdy, Stella.
Hey, he took that off real good. Just like he knowed her.
Cousin Jed, I think that you have come up with a great new discovery.
Well, now, I can't claim the credit. After all, it was you discovered he was a great actor.
Yes. Well, now, I'll tell you what. Jethro, there's a Marlon Brando movie playing in town. I want you to go see it. Study Brando. Learn all you can. All right?
Is it all right, Uncle Jed?
Hop to it, boy.
Yeah, I'll be a movie star.
Well, thank you, Cousin Jake. Thanks a million.
Just a minute. I thought you said 5 or 10. Oh, you mean I... Think nothing of it. My pleasure.
Where's Jethro going in such an all-fire hurry, bellowing like a bee-stung calf?
He's going into town, Granny. Cousin Jake here done made that boy a movie star.
Well, then, Cousin Jake here can just do that boy's chores.
Granny, movie stars don't do chores like common, ordinary people. They do a lot of special stuff like getting shot off of horses and whooping a whole saloon full of bad men. Ain't that right, Jake?
Quite right. Well, now, if you'll excuse me...
You see, Granny, that's the kind of stuff he does.
I still say he ain't no Hoop Gibson.
Pretty automobile.
Well, now that you're going to be an important movie producer, you deserve the best.
You mean this is for me?
With my compliments.
Oh, you hadn't ought to done that. I ain't no movie producer.
Oh, you certainly are. You're financing my picture, and that makes us partners. You own 20... I am cutting you in for 10% of the profits.
That sure is nice of you.
Jake, I've been looking all up. Whose car?
His.
Your husband just bought it for me.
With what?
With the profits from our picture.
Yes, ma'am. He's going to star my nephew, Jethro Bodine.
Who?
Well, among others, dear, among others. I'm also trying to get Rock Hudson, Doris Day, Cary Grant, Liz Taylor.
That's a dandy idea. Give a lot of new folks a chance.
Oh, Granny says Jethro's gonna be a movie star. Well, I want to be a movie star, too.
Well, right here's a fella can do it. Was him discovered Jethro.
How about it, Uncle Jake? Can I be a movie star like Jethro?
Like Jethro? Yes.
It's entirely impossible, my dear. With that figure, I figured that with right clothes and makeup, you could be sensational. Opal, take Cousin Jed's daughter into town in Cousin Jed's new car and get her glamorized.
At Cousin Jed's expense.
Darling, he's producing the picture. Now run along, girls.
Spend all the money you need, ma'am. Turn her into a first-class movie star, a regular Lillian Gish.
Bye, Paul. Thank you, Uncle Jake.
Glad to do it.
Well, I sure am beholden to you, cousin.
My pleasure, cousin.
Where's Ellie Mae? She just got the floor half scrubbed and she run out.
She won't be back for a spell, Granny. Cousin Jake here done made that girl a movie star, too.
Well, then Cousin Jake can just doggone finish the floor.
Granny, like I tried to explain to you, movie stars just don't do ordinary labor.
That's right. Thank you. Well, I'll see you later.
He's getting better every time, Granny.
I still say he ain't no Hoot Gibson. You're gonna rue the day you let them two Hollywood slickers move into your house.
Granny, I don't hardly think you ought to call Cousin Jake and his woman Hollywood slickers.
Well, you tell me. What kind of folks lay in bed till after sunup and stays up till 9 or 10 at night?
I got some more wood to cut.
And goes around turning young'uns' heads, telling them they're gonna be movie stars. And then they run off from home and leave their chores.
Folks, get ready for the treat of a lifetime. I would like to present Hollywood's newest and most glamorous star, that queen of the silver screen, that dazzling beauty, Miss Venus Adore.
Howdy, ma'am.
Howdy, Paul.
Toad gizzards, it's Ellie Mae.
What was it you called her?
Venus Adore. That will be her screen name.
Well, Jed, have you seen and heard enough? Do you want me to take my shotgun to that rascal?
I think I hear my wife calling. If you'll excuse me, please.
I thought I'd better keep the engine running just in case. Jump in. They'll never catch you.
Oh, very funny, very funny. If I could just figure a way to get around Granny, I'd have it made. Say, did you ever hear of Hoot Gibson? Must be a rock and roll singer.
Oh, no. Hoot Gibson used to be a Western star in the old silent days. My mother used to talk about him.
Western, so that's what she's so hepped on, with all that talk about Buck Jones, Dustin Farnham.
Ah! Clear out of here, you varmint!
Oh, did you see that? We have found her. We have found the dance hall queen for the new Hoot Gibson picture.
Jay, come on.
Opal, take her down to Western Costumes immediately and have her outfitted for the role of Straight Shootin' Jean, the dance hall queen. Oh, I can see that big scene now, with her sitting on the piano, singing her song, and Hoot Gibson comes riding into the saloon on his horse, sweeps her up into his arms, and rides off into...
Hold on. You're just wasting time standing there giving me talk like that.
I am?
Yeah! Let's get going, Opal. If Hoot Gibson needs me, he's got me.
Don't you like me as a movie star, Irene, Paul?
Well, yeah, Ellie, of course I do. You're something to see. I bet you're going to be a bigger movie star than Pearl White. Of course, you're going to look a lot better when you get your hair fixed.
Oh, it is fixed.
Hey, you don't say.
Yeah! Cousin Jed! I think you better come out here. Some crazy kid is racing up down your driveway on a motorcycle. Look out! Yeah!
was Jethro. Oh, boy.
Jethro, listen, you can't ride those things in the house.
Wait till Granny sees Jethro ride that thing.
Wait till she sees Cousin Jake. Even Hoot Gibson don't do trick riding no better than that.
Gee, we weren't expecting you back for a couple of days. How was the trip?
Fine. How are the Clampetts?
Oh, fine. That is to say, fine now. There was a little mix-up the day you left, but...
No, what kind of a mix-up?
Seems there are two J.D. Clampetts banking here. Jay Clampetts, an out-of-work actor who was habitually overdrawn. His statement was sent to Jed Clampett by mistake.
Oh, no.
Oh, Chief, it's all been rectified now. The two are now friends. In fact, Jake and his wife are visiting at the Clampett mansion.
Hello? Who's this?
This is J.D. Clampett. Who's this?
This is Milburn Drysdale, president of the Commerce Bank. Are you the actor?
Yes, but I already have the financing for my new picture. My cousin, Jed Clampett, is putting up the whole $10 million. Try me next time. All right, Granny, let's try it again.
He rode into the dance hall, scooped up his straight shooting jeans. Then he rode out from them swinging doors with his pretty dance hall queen. He was her man.
Hello. Look, Mr. Drysdale, we are very busy rehearsing for the new picture.
Hello! Listen, you crook! Hello!
Something amiss, Chief? Chief, my woman's intuition tells me all is not well.
You are fired!
I was right.
As soon as you drive me up to the Clampetts.
A reprieve.
Duke, I'm right perplexed. First Ellie, then Jethro, and now Granny, all acting like there was chickens got into the corn man.
Hi, Uncle Jed.
Of course, I could anger myself up and put a stop to the whole thing, but I'd much rather they'd see for themselves how darn foolish they look.
Uncle Jed, look, no hand.
I don't know about you, Duke, but it's getting too noisy for me out here.
Now, I'm going to show you the Stanislavski method of acting. Make your mind a complete blank, and we'll start from there. Excellent, excellent. Now, become a tree.
Tree?
Yes, think tree, tree. You're green, and you're leafy, and you have branches like this.
Howdy, Paul. Howdy, Duke.
Come on, Duke. I don't hardly know her myself.
Here comes that nut on the motorcycle.
Hey, Stella, what do you say, baby? You want to drag me in that heap?
See here, you young hoodlum.
Jethro, get off that thing.
I got split. I see you, Stella.
That was Jethro?
I'm afraid it was.
Mr. Clampett, I want to talk to you. Let's go inside.
Things is worse in there than they is out here.
Oh, why don't you both get in? You can talk while I drive.
That's a dandy idea.
Come on, Duke.
But, Mr. Clampett, even if he is your cousin, you can't let this foolishness continue.
I'd be right pleasured if my family would just go back to acting like my family again.
They probably don't realize how ridiculous they appear to others.
I tried hinting at it, but it just don't seem to take a hold.
Well, the lure of show business has turned many a head.
Chief, if I solve this problem, may I have my job back?
With a raise.
Hang on, everyone. Here we go. All right, let's have it quiet.
Hey, Stella! What is the scoop?
Where's Paul?
Mr. Drysdale will explain everything. Ready, Chief?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to Mr. Jake Clampett here, his cousin Jed has decided to get into show business like the rest of you. And so, without further ado, allow me to present the newest sensation of the entertainment world, Jed Clampett!
Well, baby, well, baby, well, baby, well, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby, well, baby, yeah, baby, yeah, baby, well, baby, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
I declare, Ellie, the Paul's acting like a darn fool. Sure does look funny.
Oh, baby, yeah, baby,
And he's making a noise like a stepped-on frog.
yeah, baby, yeah, baby.
I reckon the men folks in this family just ain't got good sense.
I wouldn't talk so much if I was you two. You look pretty darn foolish yourself.
Well, so do you. Shh. You know something? I guess we all look darn foolish.
Folks, the next number is a special for my cousin Jake here, because it was him made me what I am right now. Well, baby, well, baby, well, baby, well, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby, well, baby, well, baby, yeah, baby, yeah, baby, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, well,
You're marvelous!
yeah, baby,
Mr. Clampett!
oh, baby,
Mr. Clampett, you can stop now!
yeah, baby.
Oh, no. Now he's hooked on show business.
Oh, baby. Yeah, baby.
Mr. Clampett!
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Kind of had you scared there for a minute, didn't I?